Hey everyone, welcome to my third rock trivia video. Today we'll be talking about Led Zeppelin. Before I dive into the details of the Zeppelin trivia, I just want to mention that I will have a fourth rock trivia video coming at some point in the future, and then after that I will be having a rock trivia playoffs. So definitely stay tuned for all of that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, let's dive into the details of today's Led Zeppelin trivia. We have 4 contestants who will be answering questions about Led Zeppelin. Just like my other videos, none of the contestants were told who the band would be in advance, and all of the contestants will receive the same 5 questions. The questions will increase in difficulty as we go, but the point values will also increase. So the first question will be the easiest, but it'll only be worth 1 point, all the way up until the 5th question, which will be the hardest, but it'll be worth 5 points. Before we get into the trivia, let's go ahead and introduce the contestants. The first contestant is my brother, Jonathan. The second contestant is Madison Page. The third contestant is Ryan. And the fourth contestant is Madeline. Now, let's get into the questions. Question number 1. What is the nationality of Led Zeppelin?
Ooh. I think, are they British?
American.
Nope.
No. They British?
English? You're like,
Yep.
oh, really?
Yep.
Yay.
Oh, God. I would say American, but I really think that that's wrong. Are they like Irish or something?
Getting closer, but no.
Okay. Not English.
They're English, yep.
They're English? Okay.
Alright, so the correct answer to question number 1 would be either British or English. Both answers would be acceptable. Obviously, being English also means you're British, but if you're British, that doesn't necessarily mean you're English. But in this case, Led Zeppelin is both. They are both English and British. And all 4 of our contestants got the right answer, but some had to have some wrong guesses first. So Madeline will come in at 4th. She had to have 2 wrong guesses before getting to the right answer. Madison Page will be right above her at 3rd. She had 1 wrong guess before getting to the right answer, and then Jonathan and Ryan will be tied for 1st because they both got it right on their first try. So we got initial standings going, but of course everything's still very close, and we have a lot more points still available. So let's keep moving. Question number 2. Can you name 4 Led Zeppelin songs? This question will be worth 2 points, and half a point will be awarded per song named.
Okay. Led Zeppelin. I'm trying to think of favorites. I'm having trouble getting one. I doubt I'm gonna get 4. I'm probably gonna get 1 or 2.
Well, you know some really famous songs. I mean, like their most famous one, the one that's really long. There's a lot of really
Okay. Thanks for the hint. Stairway to Heaven is my favorite. And Stairway to Heaven, I can't really think of any others.
Nothing's coming into the brain. I cannot think of a single one right now, so I might have to pass. Stairway to Heaven.
Yep. All right, so that's the song I was talking about. So there, you got 1.
I'm not going to be able to think of any more.
Is Dream On Led Zeppelin? Or is that, no.
That's Aerosmith.
Damn it. if you like sang one or like gave me the first like word of one, maybe. Yeah, I couldn't name them off the top of my head.
Okay, I'll go and give you like a hint. So they have a lot of long songs, but a lot of their most famous ones are long. So like, does that ring up any bells or?
Stairway to Heaven is Guns N' Roses.
No, you're right. It's Led Zeppelin.
Oh, word! Yay!
Yeah.
Okay. Stairway to Heaven. I'm trying to think of another long rock song. I think that's all.
Dear God. No. I really don't know this band at all. I'm very, very sorry, but I really don't know like any, I don't think. But
You don't want to try and take a guess?
I don't know.
Trying to think like the most famous song, like it's a really long song, sort of like a ballad, sort of.
Is that one Stairway to Heaven? I didn't know if that was Led Zeppelin or not. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then that's the only one. I was confused if that one was Led Zeppelin or some other band, but I think that is the only one I know.
So there's a great variety of correct answers to this question, but here I have a list of the top 10 most popular Led Zeppelin songs on Spotify. And as you can see, Stairway to Heaven is number 1. And that's the answer that we got from all 4 of our contestants. So now let's see what the standings look like. So here's what the standings look like after question number 2. Basically, each song, for every song that the contestants name, that's worth half a point, and everyone got the same one song, Stairway to Heaven. But I'm giving Jonathan and Madeline the full half point because after just a small hint, they were able to nail it. Whereas Ryan and Madison Page struggled more to get to it. Ryan mentioned some other songs and bands first, and then Madison Page had to be given the word Stairway. So for them, I'm just going to give them a quarter point, so half credit. And that results in the standings you see here. So the tie for first place has now been broken. Ryan's moved down to second, giving first place all to Jonathan. And then Madeline has moved up to tie with Madison Page for third place. But everyone's still really close, so all the upcoming questions are very important. Question number 3. Can you name 3 Led Zeppelin albums? This question will be worth 3 points, with 1 point being awarded per album named.
I can't name 3 albums. I doubt I could even name 2 or even 1.
Probably not. I'm very uneducated on this band.
Can you give me a hint?
Most of them, okay, I really don't want to give too much of a hint because it could be big if I give away too much. But a lot of them have very similar names.
Is one titled Led Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So that's one.
One. I want to find out another one.
I'm thinking about the hint. I guess I told you. Like I said, I don't want to give away too much, but okay.
Led Zeppelin 2?
Yeah.
Oh, and Led Zeppelin 3 and 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are all Led Zeppelin albums, yes.
Awesome.
No, that I cannot. That I know I cannot. I'm sorry.
So just like question number 2, question number 3 has a great variety of answers that would be correct. Led Zeppelin has more than just 3 albums. Here I have the 4 most well-known Led Zeppelin albums. Led Zeppelin 1 in the top right, Led Zeppelin 2 in the bottom right, Led Zeppelin 3 in the top left, and Led Zeppelin 4 in the bottom left. Now, let's move to the standings and assess how our 4 contestants did. So Ryan was the only one who was able to name any albums. Jonathan, Madison, Paige, and Madeline were not able to name any, so they will stay with the same number of points as they had before. But Ryan, I will be giving her 1 point after giving her a small hint, just saying that, a lot of the albums from Led Zeppelin have similar names, which wasn't too specific. She was able to guess that there was an album called Led Zeppelin, so I'm going to give her the point for that, for Led Zeppelin 1. But then after she was struggling to name any others, I told her, oh, well, think about that album you just named, and the other ones have very similar names, and that, that gave away Led Zeppelin 2, 3, 4. I think that made it too obvious, so she's not going to get any credit for those, but I will give her credit for the first album, which will move her above Jonathan into first place. So, big change, but of course, everyone's still very close and competitive, so let's keep going. Question number 4. Can you name all 4 members of Led Zeppelin? This question will be worth 4 points, with 1 point being awarded per band member named.
I'm gonna get last place in this. I keep thinking of Black Sabbath and the Rolling Stones. I know it's not Ozzy Osbourne. That's Black Sabbath. Can I get the first letter of one?
R.
R. Second letter?
O.
Rob?
Close.
Ricky?
No. Alright, fine. The guy shares my name. So what's his last name?
Oh, okay. Is it Robert Plant?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. Any more?
So I got Robert Plant and no, I really can't think of any others.
Nope. No names are coming to mind. Yeah, I'm doing really bad at this, but I don't know.
I don't know if I can answer this one.
I think I know the main singer. Is it Robert Plant? Is that right?
Yes, that's
I
right.
think that's the only member I know.
Alright, so here's a photo of all 4 members of Led Zeppelin. Moving from the left to the right, you got John Paul Jones, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, and John Bonham. So Madeline and Jonathan were able to name Robert Plant, and then Ryan and Madison Page were not able to get anyone. So now let's see how that affects the standings. So here we have the standings. Madeline gets a full point for naming Robert Plant instantly. Jonathan gets half a point because he was able to name Robert Plant, but I had to give him the first name, Robert, so he'll get half a point, and then Ryan and Madison Page didn't get anyone, so no points for them. And not too much of a change, but Madeline does move up a good bit, past Madison Page and into a tie for second place with Jonathan. Only one more question to go. Let's see how this will change. Alright, so question number 5 is going to be broken down into 2 parts. For part 1, for any band member that the contestants were able to name, they will be able to try to name their position here for points in question number 5. Now, of course, that requires that they were able to name any band members. Ryan and Madison Page were not, so they will not be able to answer this part of the question. Jonathan and Madeline were able to name Robert Plant, so they will get to try and name what position he plays, and that will be for 1 point because it's one position. So let's see what they can do. So you named Robert Plant. What position does Robert Plant play?
He's the singer.
He was the lead singer.
And now part 2 of question number 5 is just a bit of a fun question. How tall is the shortest member of Led Zeppelin? For 1 point. Height. You only get one guess.
5'4".
5'1".
5'9".
I'll go with 5'6".
Alright, so for part 1 of question number 5, both Jonathan and Madeline are correct. Robert Plant is the singer of Led Zeppelin. Again, moving from left to right, John Paul Jones is the keyboardist and the bass guitarist. Jimmy Page is the lead guitarist. Robert Plant is the singer, like I just said. And John Bonham is the drummer. And then for part 2 of question number 5, the height question, nobody actually managed to get it correct. The shortest member of Led Zeppelin is John Paul Jones, who stands at 5 feet 8 inches tall. Fun question. Nobody got it right, but that's all good. Now, let's see how that all affects the standings. Okay, so the only change here is that both Jonathan and Madeline gained a point for getting that Robert Plant is the lead singer of Led Zeppelin. So that shoots them both up into a tie for first place and moves Ryan down to third place, and Madison Page stays where she is at fourth. But, of course, that was the last question, and we have a tie for first place. So, let's go ahead and break that. I'm going to have one last question, just for Jonathan and Madeline, and let's see who comes out on top. Alright, the tiebreaker question is, in what year was Led Zeppelin founded? This is a pretty difficult question, but the point here is just to break the tie, so it will simply be worth 1 point. Who will get it?
Is it 1964?
I'm gonna go with 1968.
Alright, that'll do it. The correct answer to the tiebreaker question is that Led Zeppelin was founded in 1968. And by getting that correct, Madeline wins. She finishes with 4 points, giving her the first place finish. Jonathan finishes in second with 3 points. Ryan finishes in third place with 2.25 points. And Madison Page finishes in fourth place with 1 point. Thank all 4 of you so much. I really appreciate all of you participating. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you all so much. And of course, thank you to all my viewers. I appreciate all of your support. It means everything to me. Thank you all so much. Love all of you. Definitely be on the lookout for my 4th Rock Trivia video coming sometime in the future, and then after that, the Rock Trivia Playoffs. See y'all next time.